Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome. We've got a few people here already. We'll say hi to everybody, but we'll do the introduction first. Welcome to Virtual Dinner Party. We do live streams every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We missed last Wednesday. Thanks for sticking, waiting, and we'll do this recipe today. Every Wednesday, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time. We are cooking simple meals. You can follow along. The recipe ingredients are always in the description down below. So if you did want to follow along on the night of, you can grab the ingredients. And when you're in the live chat, if you're watching, let me know that you are going to be cooking it, and we'll make sure that we take our time to make sure that you're in the same steps that we are, and we'll cook it all together. Most of the meals will be done in under an hour from start to finish. So fairly simple. Yeah. There we go. Thanks everybody for joining me. It's Friday, end of the week. We'll see how it seems to be like the weather is getting better everywhere, and people are probably not necessarily cooking right now, but it's 5 o'clock here, so let's eat. We've got a regular crew. Thanks for joining. We've got Stephanie's always here. Hey Stephanie, welcome. And Son of a Pizza Man is back. Welcome back. And Mike's here. And I don't know, I think Nadia, I don't know if I saw her pop in yet. See who else is here. That's it for now. So we'll get started. Today we plan to do this one on Wednesday, but I had some I went for a hike with a friend here, and it was the first hike of the season. It was awesome. It took a bit longer than expected, and then I got caught in like torrential downpour getting back to the city, construction, and then my windshield wipers weren't working properly, so I had to drive extra slow because there's an issue with my windshield wipers. The car's going in on Tuesday to get fixed. So that was the excuse for Wednesday. Thanks for your patience, but we'll do the recipe tonight. Nadia's here, Dean's here, Susan's here, hola. And Make My Food Awesome. Hey, welcome back. Good evening. So let's get started with this one. Potato gnocchi and pesto, fresh pesto. So we had my friend Pam, she has a garden with growing pesto, and I had to buy a little bit more because we've used it, but she's graciously donated some pesto some basil from her garden, and that's going to be awesome for making fresh pesto. And if you've never made fresh pesto before, it's super simple, but it's really tastes good. Good on pasta, but also good on gnocchi. So I've got some of this. This is the pre-made stuff. You could be really ambitious and make it yourself, but I found some on sale at one of the stores here. So we're going to have the packaged one, but that's okay because we're going to make our fresh pesto. So the ingredients for the pesto, the main ingredient is basil. So we've got the fresh basil there. Let's put on this one here so you can kind of see fresh. There's about, when it gets kind of plucked here, it'll be about a cup. A few cloves of garlic. If you like it extra garlicky, you can add a bit more. If you don't like a lot of garlic, you can always take one out. So don't worry about that. There's a few cloves of garlic. It does have nuts in it. These are pine nuts, like a seed that I've got. That will go in there as well. And I've discovered in reading recipes and that if you want to omit the pine nuts, you definitely can omit the pine nuts. You could also use walnuts if you can't find pine nuts. Sometimes they're hard to find. It depends where you're in the store, but you could use walnuts, would be in there as well, and just go from there. And you can also add other things. Some people have added other stuff to pesto, like some spinach, and there's different ingredients. But this is the basic one. And then also Parmesan cheese. So this is the fresh parm. And yeah, sorry to disappoint, Stephanie. Not tonight. We could. I've actually never made it. It's like a little potato dumplings. They're really tasty though. So I've got the water boiling for that. You cook these a lot like pasta, so it's just a really simple one. 1-2 pot dinner. Got the water heating up on the thing, and we'll make the pesto sauce, and then we'll add we'll start cooking it once the water's boiling. That kind of stuff. And Nadia says yes. The more garlic, the better. Yes. You can also too, if we're gonna cook it off, but you could also add some garlic at the end too when we're sautéing our pasta there. And also kale. Yeah, so you could add kale for sure. Yeah, you could add kale to pesto. It's kind of open, it's whatever you're up to your imagination for sure. and Son of a Pizza Man. Yes, it's super simple. Obviously, and then olive oil. Olive oil goes in that as well. Yeah. So we'll go through the steps as we make it. Simple sauce to make. It'll once it's made too, it'll last in the fridge for a few days. If it's fresh, it should be fine. So you can make it a couple days ahead of time. And pesto is actually also Son of a Pizza Man. You've probably had this, but it's awesome on pizza too. So yeah, really good on pizza. We've got some pizza dough that we made, and it's in the fridge. So maybe I'll have pesto with pizza tomorrow. And my mom's here. Say hi, my mom, everybody. Hi, Mom. I won't forget. So there we go. Let's get that picture in picture there so you can see me. This is basically simple. You will need a Cuisinart little blender. This is a little small blender, easy to do. But basically, what we want to do is pick off the leaves of the pesto. Most of these are already kind of loose, but you don't want the stems. So I'll move in there, and just pack that into your processor. And this, oh, good call, Christine. This is episode 42. That's so awesome. So thanks everybody for joining me. I've 42 episodes. How many weeks is that? I don't know. It all blends in. 42. We'll have to do a 50 episode special of some kind. Giveaway or something maybe. Once we hit 50. So pack that in. This is maybe about a cup. You can adjust. This will be enough for two people and then a little bit left over. Get all the little bits off the pesto though, or the basil on there. And that in there. We'll peel the garlic. And good question, Christine. There's really all the flavors in the leaves. It's just kind of, and the stems will make it basically bitter. It'll be bitter tasting. And so Nadia says, I think Nadia has been to all 42. I think so. I don't think you've missed any. I know Stella's given up. I know that. I'll have to cook some hot dogs for Stella. Top fan. So garlic into the blender. $42. I should total up how many hours that's been of cooking. But hopefully, I think from the messages I've had from people on Facebook and that, I hope everybody's learned a few things. I think I've had a few people message me different pictures and recipes and stuff they've tried. So hopefully the whole goal of this was to kind of get people trying different things and cooking healthy. So hopefully it helped. And no, I make sure Nadia tunes in every time. So that goes in there as well. Then we'll put the pine nuts in. We're gonna put about, this is where we always kind of wing it. About 2 tablespoons. We can adjust this. I don't like it too much. It's 2.5. So that will go in. And some cheese. So we're gonna put some cheese at the end already, but the pesto sauce, it's nice to have cheese in there as well. So we're gonna use just the regular grater. You could chop this into kind of a chunk, smaller chunks to put in. It's just got to be able to blend. If the cheese is very hard, so if you put in a big chunk into your blender, it's not gonna blend properly. So a couple tablespoons of that, and then we're also gonna grate some over at the end at the recipe there. Perfect. So about 55, must be about 55 hours, I guess, hey? So cheese in there too. And then I did have a couple of recorded sessions to post but most of the time we're doing it live, so. Lid on. And oops, this is always kind of finicky because you have to get it like, there we go, perfect. Get my water turned up so it boils. This one's nice because it's got a little spout. So once you turn it on, you can actually, there we go. You can pour in the, let's see, make sure we get close enough so you can see. You can actually, there's like a little little hole and spout. So it'll pour in the olive oil slowly. And I've got one leaf stuck. There we go. And we're gonna put about close to a cup. It's gonna be like a, once it's ready, it's gonna be like a paste almost, really. Let's scrape the sides there and we'll get some more oil in there. So it's gonna be like a, best thing to describe would be a paste. And so we get a, if you hit 50 episodes, you get a fan shirt. Yeah, signed apron, Dean. There we go. That's it. So that's about a cup of olive oil that went in there. And we'll open it up so you can take a look. We'll scrape the sides off. Smells good. You can smell the garlic and the there we are. Nice. Takes a second for my, there we go. So nice green color sauce. And all we have to do, we'll leave this in this because we're going to be cooking with it pretty quickly. But if you wanted to store it, you could just put it into a bowl or a jar in the fridge, and it'll keep for a few days. You will notice it might kind of oxidize a little bit sometimes and lose a little bit of the green color if it sits for too long, but still okay to cook with. So we'll just put that to the side, and now we just have to wait for our water to boil up. That is it. That's how simple pesto is to make. So if you've never made it before, you've probably maybe seen it at the store. It's easier just to make it, and you don't have all the preservatives and stuff in the jar. So it's always better to make it. And yeah, you could, you know what, Christine, you could definitely add spicy pesto. I'm going to put a little bit of chili flakes on top, because we always like the chili, but you could add a couple, make it a little bit spicy. You wouldn't want to put too many. You don't want to over. I don't think you want to. I mean, the idea with pesto is the basil and the garlic, right? And so you don't want to overdo it, but a little bit of pepper in there would be pretty good. Hot pepper for sure. Why not? Give it a try. See how it tastes. You just don't want to overpower it. Yeah, but good idea. So water is going. Let's move this over. We can see, so we can kind of get it going here. There we go. So water going almost to a boil. Let's turn that up. So we're just waiting for that, because what's going to go in, we'll put all of the potato gnocchi into the pan. It only takes it's fairly soft. It only takes a couple minutes to cook. So we're going to be eating here fairly quickly. And oh, Jelly Duck, welcome. I think this is your first time here. Welcome to the live stream. We're cooking pesto with potato gnocchi tonight on the live stream. Quick dinners in about an hour. And we do live streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Maybe join us another time. Yeah, if you're wanting to follow along or check the recipe again, it's always in the description. So you can check that out there. But welcome. And yeah, fancy pizza recipe, hey? Basil. Oh, see, I'm going to use some of the leftover pesto on the on a pizza for the weekend for sure. Yeah. And Nadia, I always say it wrong for Nadia. I pronounce it gnocchi, 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 and she always gives me a hard time because Italian. She speaks Italian fluently and gives me crap every time I say it. And what's everybody got in their glass so far? I've skipped the water. I've got this. I bought this at the store today. The no alcohol Beck's beer. It's actually pretty tasty. So that's what I'm having. Don't make fun of me. I won't say it anymore. But it's actually quite tasty for the summer. It's nice and hot. And you know what? Pesto, yeah. So Christine, pesto and Marmite. Gnocchi. Pesto and Marmite might be good because the pesto would hopefully hide the flavor of the Marmite for sure. So that's too funny. Let's see how this is doing. Almost to a boil. So while we're waiting for it to boil, it's almost there. Get it a nice rolling boil. Make my food awesome. Has water. Most people have, yeah, we mostly have the water too. Tomorrow, every Saturday, I think a lot of the people here already kind of know, but Christine does a live stream of a trivia on her channel on every Saturday at noon my time. So if it's depending where you are, obviously the time is going to be different. Noon my time, she does a travel trivia, food trivia / sports trivia, just kind of everything trivia. But tomorrow I'll be joining her and making one of my recipes for pico de gallo. So I'll be joining her live, cooking some snacks. I'm going to do pico de gallo with some fresh. Going to make some fresh tortilla, like crispy tortilla chips in the air fryer. So we'll show you how to do that, and you can watch live tomorrow on her show, and then you can also have a lot of fun. It's kind of fun to sit down and banter with the trivia questions. Yeah. And what then too? What's everybody having for dinner? Good question, Christine. I know a few people had posted before the live stream started what they were having, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they're having. Let's it's obviously boiling because my glasses are steaming up here. Let's take a look at the obviously water boiling there. And oh, maybe there will be some Mexican. There may be some Mexican. There may be some Mexican themed questions. So, it would be much better if I made it from scratch. Next time we'll make fresh. But it's Friday and I'm lazy. They'll sink to the bottom, and they'll be ready when they float to the top. So it takes about 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, garlic cheese bread. Yeah, we could make that one day we could make garlic bread one time. Maybe next time we make pasta. Good one, Jelena. And I will. Well, good question. I'm not going to be making the tortillas from scratch, but I'll be cutting the chips and getting them all ready to go and seasoned and everything else. The tortillas, Christine, are packaged. I'm not making from scratch. And then battered and baked okra, homemade vegan ranch. Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had okra in a long time. Okra's kind of weird. I don't cook it very often. It's kind of a little bit odd vegetable, but I always see it in the store and I think I should buy some and figure out what would be good with it. But battered and baked sounds good. Anything battered and baked I think sounds good. And Dean's making sriracha. Oh, that'll be fun. I'll have to obviously I'll be tuned in to watch, but I'll have to go back and see what he's done, because I don't know if I'll be able to see it if I'm live as well. But and Jelly Duck is watching from Kuwait. Oh wow, 2:19 a.m. in the morning. So either up late or up early or out late. I think that is our farthest away viewer. Actually, good call, Stephanie. And yeah, so not from scratch. It's well, pesto from scratch, so that's good. We're halfway there. This would also be good with pasta if you don't want to have the potato gnocchi. But good with pasta, good on pizza. Yeah. Yeah. So you can kind of see it starting to basically boil and float to the surface. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, so super fast, which is kind of nice with this type of pasta. And we're just kind of waiting. Yeah, it should actually be pretty fun. Should be something a little different. Then I still have if I'm cooking, I can have an excuse to not get all the questions right. Oh, Vegemite. I don't know if is that popular there? Maybe. So sometimes what you want to save is take a little bit of the water out of just to keep it on the side, because sometimes when we after we make the pasta dish, sometimes if we need to add a bit of liquid to kind of thin it down a little bit, it's nice to use the cooking water. That way it has a bit of the flavor and stuff in it, so we'll use that if we have to. But these are basically, as we see here, they're basically almost ready. All kind of floating. Just let them go for about another minute, and they will be done. And see, we need to start a Marmite channel. You need to start a Marmite and Vegemite channel, Christine. It's always popular. There we go. All right, these are done. Just gonna try one just to make sure. It's always kind of good, but they look once they float, they will be ready. This will be hot. Ready. So what we want to do, these are going to be warm. We're just going to drain them off. And you don't want to rinse these. But what we want to do is give them a quick toss and back in the pot. And just put a touch of olive oil. This is just so they don't stick together. And just give them a quick little toss. That way they won't stick together, and we'll get to the next step fairly quickly. Just put these on the side. They'll stay warm. You don't have to worry about that. But we're going to start with we'll cook all we really want to do here is touch of olive oil. Yeah, this is turned into the Marmite, Marmite and Vegemite show. All right, just warm up a bit of olive oil, and then our pasta. I need a little spoon. And then we're going to saute that off. Some fresh cracked pepper. We wanted to saute it so it gets I like it with just a little touch of color. It's already cooked, so you don't need too much, but it's nice to get that kind of just a little bit of brown. Gives it a little touch of crunch, kind of. and get the flavor there. Okay, and then the nice, good tablespoon size of the pesto. Now this is already, there's nothing to really cook, and you don't want to cook it too much because you're going to lose the green color. It's going to turn a bit darker, and we want to have the nice fresh green color. This smells really good. So nice coating of that. This is ready to go. We'll put this in a bowl, and of course we'll do the taste test. So this is a simple dish. This is what, half an hour, start to finish. Smells really good in here. Basil, it's like basil and garlic city here. I'll turn that off. We'll just let that sit. Let's get that on there. There we go. I do like lots of cracked pepper on my pasta, and just a few chili flakes is kind of nice. Just give it a touch of heat, and then of course we've got we can't have pasta or an Italian dish without grated Parmesan cheese, and we'll use the microplane at the end. Like so. That's it. This is smelling very good. And so yes, it is looking delicious. We'll taste it. It's not 2 portions. So yeah, exactly, Christine. The package is, I'll show you here. We'll show you one. There we go. This is enough for one. And the package size, Christine, it was 500 grams. So if you want, I mean, we're gonna have this. We're gonna have we got some salad and stuff. We'll have also with it as well on the side. But this is perfect for one here, little snack or appetizer, I guess we call it a snack. But 500 grams. If you were cooking and wanting it as a full-on meal, you could do two packages, and of course have more for everybody to eat, or add, if you're making some garlic toast, you could have the garlic bread with it and have that would kind of fill it up. And yeah, looks good. Hey, looks really good. Smells really good. That's enough chatting. We'll taste it. There we go. So that's a pretty simple dinner. Half an hour, right? It'd be longer if we had to make this from the gnocchi from scratch, but I'll give it a taste. Yeah, that's good. Really good. Perfect summer dish. Nice and light, fresh tasting, with a fresh pesto. Sweet with the pesto, a little nice garlic taste, cracked pepper. Simple dinner. I wish you could smell it, but you'll have to make the recipe and get the smell when you're cooking it. To actually, it's part of it. It's just so good. There we go. Yeah, bon appetit. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, learning. Hopefully, if you haven't made pesto before, make sure you try it out. It's really simple, and there's lots of pesto. Being summertime, there's lots of pesto available in the stores. It's not too expensive, and you can make your batch. So I've got enough here to do one more dish of pasta for Jason, and then we've got definitely more than enough to use for pizza or something else tomorrow with this recipe. So feel free to make it, and if you do make it, make sure you leave a comment and let me know how you liked it. And there we go. We've got 11 people watching, so thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's always appreciated. I'm gonna go finish the rest of my dinner here, and we will sign off. But again, thanks for joining me. If you're new to the channel, we've had a few new people today, so again, welcome, and thanks to everybody else that has been continuing watching, because this is number 42. So everybody from the beginning and the ones that pop in from time to time on the stream, it's always appreciated. The video will be on my YouTube channel forever, so if you want to come back and make it and follow along, you can come back and check out. It'll be on there. If you have questions on the recipe, just leave a comment on the video afterwards, and I'll get back to you and let you know the answer. And before we go, make food awesome. Yeah, thanks so much. It was a lot of fun. So have a great night, everybody. And as Christine says, don't forget to hit the like. And hopefully I'll see some people tomorrow on Christine's live stream as well for her trivia at 12 o'clock my time. So we'll be there. And that's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. It was a lot of fun. It's always fun. And I don't know what's cooking on Monday. We'll figure it out, and I'll have the live stream scheduled. And that's it. Have a great night. And don't forget to wash your hands. Bye, everybody.